Hello YouTube, welcome back to Doofus K's Let's Play Factorio, Episode 3. So, in the last episode, we talked about electricity, and we talked about the lab, we talked about research, and I totally lied. I said I wasn't going to do much off camera, but I did. I just wanted to make sure, this whole setup was going to work, and it does. So, this game is very much about personal preference. If you're watching this and you say, well, that's a stupid way to do it, well, that's fine, because it probably is. And that is the great part about this game, is that you can do whatever it is that you want. The one thing that I did notice that when I was learning how to play this game, I would look at YouTube videos of other people and be like, oh, well, holy crap, that's a really great idea, or holy crap, that's really stupid, my idea is better. But it was definitely a learning experience. So this is sort of a basic automation setup. So, and this is also goes back to one of those things where, well, some people would separate out iron versus copper, or what have you. You can see that I have this like massive backup of copper. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but we're going to fix that here pretty shortly. But I just wanted to go through this automation setup first. In fact, should I shut all this down first? I'll just let it run while we're talking here. So, this is what I prefer to do. I prefer to have the output of the smeltery area basically go directly into my production area. Excuse me. I don't feel there's a reason to separate the two of them. They should be pretty close. Now, this does present an interesting conundrum of space, but as you'll see here pretty shortly, these setups don't really take up that much room. So let's do this. We're going to want to double the size of this area. So let's make a whole bunch of crap here. Now, the one problem with this setup is this pretty much will eat all of your resources. You have to have a lot of smelteries and a lot of iron ore going into here to basically overrun, because what's happening here is we're producing iron gears in this first one, and iron gears get produced at a very rapid rate. You can see how quickly they operate, and it's 2 iron plates for each gear. The next one is copper wire, which I don't know the recipe. Let's see here. Yeah, so 1 copper plate makes 2 copper wire, versus the other way around for iron gears. So you end up with a crap load of copper wire and not a lot of iron gears. So, I mean, we're basically running into that problem now, is there's not enough copper, or, iron plates coming out to make enough electronic circuits. So, you are going to want to kind of keep that in mind. So let's change this up a little bit. So what we have here is a good setup, but it just needs to be modified just slightly so we can get more throughput out of it. That's fine if you kill the power, it's not going to end the world. So let's go way up here, because we're going to need a lot of room for this. And this, I don't even know where this came from. I don't know if there is a Factorio subreddit. I don't know if that's where this design came from, but it seems to me this is the most efficient way to do it. Whoa! Bless America. And then we're going to need a ton of inserters here. probably don't have enough. Ah, we're one short. How lame is that? Lamer than FDR's legs? Too soon? Alright, so let's power this bad boy up here. You do kind of double up on the power poles here because of the way this is designed, but psh, who even cares? In fact, now coal is going to be the limiting factor here, so let's... We don't have a whole lot of resources here because of the difference, but... And when I say difference, I mean the fact that we are automatically creating a bunch of stuff. Alright, so... That should make more coal. Go away. Go away, Steam notification. Alright, so now we're cooking with gas here. Let's see, we're doing a little bit better job. More copper plates, definitely. I don't know why this... Oh, we don't have enough coal. That's why that's not working. Let's just cram a bunch in there. In fact, I hate to say it, but let's add more of those. And more of those. Well, we really don't have enough resources now. Let's take some manually there. So that's about as much as we can go with this setup anyway. However, this is a lot of furnaces, and that's fine because I mean you can already see that it's already chewed up all of that. However, in fact, I'm just going to stand here and collect some of this because I'm going to need some of these resources for my lonesome. So we're going to need quite a bit more iron plates than copper plates, and that's generally how the rest of the game is going to go. Not 100% necessarily, but pretty close. So let's do this. Let's add let's add a few more drills, but we can only afford one right now. In fact, just do that. Now, because of this setup here, it doesn't really matter which side of the belt the ores go on because of this little doodad here. This is a really good way to sort out, not sort out, but, you know, figure out which side of the belt stuff is going to go on. It takes up a little bit of room because of this little extra thing, but, you know, we're not exactly hurting for space yet. So now we're going to be, oh boy, look at this mess here. Oh, because we have, oh, yeah, well. Oh well, that's fine. In fact, let's see, what else do we need gears for? Oh, we need gears for the stupid inserters. I was to say, we don't even need gears. Let's just stop that, then we don't have to worry about it. Because we probably don't want iron gears to be just mass spammed in here. Electronic circuits, we're going to need a lot of those, so that's fine. So we're still hurting on iron plates, but that's fine. Alright, so That's a pretty good start, but you can see here that we're not even firing these other furnaces here. So what that means is we need to make some more drills. And we might as well go crazy because we're going to need them. Need more iron plates. Is it one in front of it? Yeah, okay. Need some power. So I know this looks weird, like you would think, oh, well, these belts are on top of the, you know, resources, but that's not how the game works, or at least that's, I don't know that I've verified that. We will find out as soon as these eat up all these resources, but I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. What I mean to say is I'm pretty sure that they will harvest all the resources under those belts. Alright, so we've got 4 iron drills going, and just that single copper one. Now, that's a lot of copper resources. Oh, actually, look at that, 14,000. 22,000. So that's a good... That's a pretty solid amount making it through there. So I think we're good on that. We're still not even close to even firing all of the furnaces yet, but that's fine. In fact, let's see how much iron we have in here and fire up another drill if we can. Ooh, that's actually not what I want to do. So the problem is if in any part of this you have where it takes resources from 2 sides of the belt and puts it onto one, you do run into a bottleneck. So this right here is the bottleneck of the whole situation. And I don't want to do it again down here. So what you'll find here is that eventually this system isn't going to work anymore because it's not going to be able to allow enough of those ore items to go through. I don't know the logic behind this. I think it's like essentially like round robin. It just goes from one side of the belt to the other. I'm not sure if there's one, like if the outside track is a higher priority. I'm not sure, but okay. So you can see that we're really cranking out the resources now, so that's good. What we do want to do here is divert some of this stuff. In fact, since we can't go any further down on these smelteries, let's just make the production line. Let's just sit here and grab some of these. I need some iron plates for my own inventory, so starve that belt down there, which is fine. So you can see we have, you know, 6 or 7 or so coming out. Just totally forgot how to pronounce the word "so" there for a little bit. So this is a good output. Let's see here. I need copper plates and iron gears. We can do that right now. So we'll do one of those. this up a little bit here. Well, let's see. What's the easiest way to do this? Because we're going to need this stuff over there. Honestly, we want these things as close to this as we can. If you have these factories too far away from the system, you end up with this weird lag where it's not a huge deal, but the time it takes between making the goo and how long it takes to get to the labs is kind of annoying. So let's bring the resources to here. Oh boy, and it's gonna require a bunch of those ground things that we don't have yet. Alright, well for now we'll just manually cart over stuff. What are we at here? 16 minutes? Let's power up this thing here. Alright, 100 copper plates and 93 iron gears. And in fact, I'm going to do 2 of them, because otherwise it's going to take approximately an eternity to make those. Oh boy, we really have a mess here now, don't we? Is it really not producing that many gears? Well, we're making iron now, folks. How slow is this thing? The other advantage to having resources on 2 sides of the belt like this is you won't end up in a situation where, you know, if it's only copper, or if it's copper and iron mixed in one side, you end up with a problem where, like, if that copper plate is needed for this one, you know, depending on the order, you can really get yourself into a pickle there. Alright, 100 of those, 100 of those. Alright, so now we're going to make 200 red thingers. So let's research this, because we're going to need them. And we also need to make some more inserters. We will eventually automate inserters, but unfortunately they will be needed for the green goo, which will be the next step. And then we just use 2 of those. And then when we get the outside belt going for the other 2 types of goo, we'll do the long-handed inserters. But for now, this is just perfect. And then in the future, expandability, just, you know, bring this line down this way. But that's going to be a while before that's going to happen. So I have a cat friend. Hopefully he doesn't get him off the desk here. All right. So we have a bit of a backup here in the iron plate. I don't understand why. Oh, because there's a big thing. Oh, this is exactly what happens. And even with the dual-sided belts, you can see there's this chunk here with all copper plates. That will happen, indeedly doodly. Let's just do this, then I don't think it will. Yes, now we're cooking. Yeah, I mean, this system is certainly not the greatest, but I mean, look at how many freaking transport belts we have already. In fact, let's turn this off for now. So yeah, I mean, don't feel bad about making tons of resources here, because you are going to need them. So what we can do here, let's see, what's the easiest easiest way to do this. Yeah, we're really making a lot of iron gears now. Okay, so what we need to go back to this other area here. Let's start planning this out here. So we need iron gears. And actually we can, think we can accomplish that. Let's do it further down the line, like right here. Oops. So that'll go under there like that. Like that. So, alright, to make the red goo, we need copper and iron plates, and then for that, we will need inserters and transport belts. Oh, perfect timing. We'll need a few of those. Come on. Alright, good for that. You could space these out a little bit more. They go quite a ways, but, you know, it's not totally necessary. And these will only take resources off the belt if they require them. So you don't have to worry about, like, you know, I mean, we have this massive line of iron gears here, but it won't just keep on stuffing these things full. I don't know what the threshold is there, but... Alright, so the next thing we want to make is... How do we not have enough copper plates? I guess we don't. Alright, so on the one thing we need transport belts. Oh, we have fast inserters. That's going to help. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not what we wanted. Now, yes, this is all sort of silly, but I really kind of enjoy this this aspect of the game here. Alright, so now to make inserters, we need electronic circuit, iron gears, and iron plates. So luckily here, we have all of the ingredients, I think, right here. Let me vacuum up some of this iron stuff here so we can get some of that out of there. It'd be easier to do this down here, maybe? We have smart inserters yet? No, we don't. Sorry if I'm being quiet. I'm trying to figure out how to best do this. This whole setup here might need to be redone. In fact, let's do that. This will happen a lot. You will need to redo your setup because you did something wrong or what have you. But it's no big deal. So we need... You know what we really need is smart inserters. Let's see if we can... Oh yes, we can. Wonderful. So yeah, you can see already that we're already over capacity essentially on red goo, so that's good. That's where you want to be. You want to be in a position where you have way more. Holy crap, we're at 26 minutes. Oh, that's alright. These videos will get longer. Some of the stuff becomes a little more complicated. As you can see, we're trying to juggle stuff like all over the gym dandy here, so that's fine. But let me just end this episode here because it's taking a little longer, and I'll have to kind of fiddle with this to get a better layout. So I think what I might have to do, just to quick give you an idea of what I'm trying to do here, I might have to do this and have a second set of factories on this side. I keep on saying factories; they're assembling machines. I might have to have another set of these machines on this side of the belt and kind of double up production. But what we're trying to accomplish here is to get all the resources required to make red and green goo going over to this side, because we will need a lot of it. If I hit T here, most of these require red and green, and some of them require blue, but that's not for a while yet. We have a lot of researches to do before we get to blue goo. And a lot of these, like you can see, it's 50 of each kind. So yeah, it's going to take a while. In fact, yeah, 100 of each kind. So we have a lot of green goo and a lot of red goo to use up. So thanks again for watching. This is Doofus K. Next episode we'll cover green goo production, and then start doing some major research. This is a little bit longer episode than I was expecting, but that's fine. So thanks again for watching, and subscribe, like, comment, dislike, desubscribe, whatever it is that you feel is appropriate. So we'll talk to you next episode.